As a project manager, you and your team will spend a lot of time planning for every scenario. In spite of all your planning, unexpected events will happen. It is your responsibility to react quickly and address these issues, often through change requests. Here are some examples. A key stakeholder has requested that you add a feature to the end product. This scope change will likely impact your schedule, budget, or both. There's been a shortage of a certain raw material that you depend on. This is delaying production, and as a result, you must request a schedule change for when your deliverable will be ready. Due to the shortage of raw material, its price has increased significantly. You must also request additional funding through a budget change to account for the added cost. A broken water pipe has flooded your facility, causing project work to stop. This risk event will lead to one or more change requests in order to bring the project back in line with the plan. Change requests may also be driven by quality, resources, or a new rule or regulation. No matter the source, change requests are vital to implementing change in an organized, coordinated way. Monitoring and controlling project work is vital to check your project work against the plan. Even with the best intentions and efforts, you may start to see that performance is moving away from the plan. Maybe the team has developed a few bad habits with work processes, and as a result, you are starting to see defects in the product. Or perhaps you're seeing variance, but you don't know what's causing it. Checking your results against the plan is called a variance analysis. You use variance analysis to identify variance, look for the cause, and assess the impact of the variance. Then decide what to do about it. One common type of variance is scope variance. You take the requirements documentation and scope baseline and compare them to the deliverables and work performance data in order to identify any variances between what the product scope is supposed to be versus what it actually is. This variance analysis will help us to identify creep, which is when more than the required work is being done in an uncontrolled manner. But you also need to make sure the team isn't performing less work than is required. Both situations are bad. Or you may discover that the wrong features have been added to a product. Being able to identify that a project is not staying within scope is not enough. You also need to identify the cause or factors that are driving the project off course. Pinpointing the cause is an important step in solving the variance and, where necessary, in creating the appropriate change request. Just because you notice variance, it doesn't necessarily mean that you automatically need to create a change request. You will determine the appropriate action to take. There are various options. You can do nothing. You can wait a while, monitor the situation closely to see if it corrects itself, or you can take corrective action to solve the variance, such as reducing the scope in another part of the project to accommodate the increase in the area in question. Either way, this will always require a scope change request. Changes aren't only about fixing defects or reacting to unexpected events. Sometimes you or a team member may notice that once you start putting your plan into action, there are opportunities to be more efficient or prevent waste. When team members contribute to improving the processes on an ongoing basis, they are demonstrating the behaviors of total quality management. Total quality management can result in higher commitment, motivation, and quality. The important thing to note is that even good ideas must go through change control. If a process is changed in any way, the change must still be integrated into the project and validated to ensure that there are no negative side effects. The change must also be communicated so that everyone is using the new process consistently. Once a change has been approved and implemented, you will have to make sure that the change was effective. Effective means that the change achieved what it was intended to do and did not create any new problems. Ensuring that changes are effective is called validating changes. The process of implementing change and validating change can be iterative, meaning that you may have to repeat the process a few times until you get it right. If a change causes more problems than it fixes, you may have to roll back that change and try something else. It's important to follow up on any changes to make sure they are implemented responsibly and for the benefit of the project. In summary, change requests may result from a variety of sources. They can include adding features to the scope, reacting to unexpected events, addressing variants or defects, and introducing process improvements.